Hello and welcome to Teresa Treats. Today we are going to see a very nice recipe. Yes, we are going to see not a dish, but we are going to see a pickle today. So this is going to be the fish pickle, which I will make and tell you how you can, serve it with lots of your friends and relatives who would have never tasted this kind of pickle. So let's go ahead and see how this pickle is made. Now for the fish pickle, I am using boneless sea fish. I will cut them into small 1-inch cubes. You can use any firm fish, but make sure it's boneless, and for the best texture, it really works well if it is boneless. Now wash the fish well. Pat them completely dry. You can use a kitchen towel to pat them dry, and then so that this is essential to remove all the moisture, it should be dry. See how the pieces are here dry, so that that is the only way for two things. One, the masala gets coated well, and two, the pickle will not get spoiled if there is no water content in it. Now I'm taken a wide bowl so that I can mix the masalas well. And in this goes about 3 teaspoons of salt. You can use rock salt, and if you are using rock salt, make sure to grind it completely and then use it. 3 teaspoons is enough. A little higher is always, salt is always higher. Why? Because it acts as a preservative. Then I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder. So once we've added the turmeric powder, we'll also add about 3 teaspoons of chilli powder. Now chilli powder we're going to add twice in this pickle. Right now we're going to add the powder, and later we will be adding whole red chilies. So you please adjust the spice level according to your taste. So I'm here using, as I said, 3 teaspoons of chilli powder. That should be enough for this pickle. A little, always the spice is little high whenever there's pickle, we're making pickle. I've nicely mixed it. Be very gentle because otherwise the pieces will break. See how they have coated well. That's because boneless pieces were very dry. I'm adding about 2 teaspoons of oil so that the masalas coat well. That's it. Nicely, massage the pieces, but gently. See how I'm doing it. So you can see every piece is separate, and the masalas are also coated really well. And this way, the marination will be like, completely 100%. You will have all the pieces, the masala going down well. So that's it. The marination is done. Now we're going to keep this marination for at least about an hour. For this pickle, you need to rest it for at least an hour so that the masalas, they seep into the boneless fish pieces. I'm going to take a bowl, keep everything inside, put a cling film, and then I will store it. I will keep it in the fridge if it is for a longer duration. If it's for more than an hour, keep it in the fridge. But if it is just for an hour, you can keep it outside. So I'm going to keep it in the fridge because I'm going to marinate it at least for about 3 hours. The fish's pieces are really marinated well. We will now fry this fish pieces in 2 batches. So I am taking here sesame oil, because I prefer sesame oil for pickles because they give a really rich flavor. But if you want, you can use any of the oil that you normally use. You can use even mustard oil or your basic refined oil you can use. But you'll have to take about 200 ml so that the fish, when they're frying, they have enough of, they don't float, in the sense that they should be completely immersed in the oil. So let's fry the fish. The fish should be fried well so that the remaining moisture also gets completely dried out. I'm going to fry the fish in 2 batches, and at one time I'm always adding only 12 to 13 pieces. Why? Because there should be space enough for them to cook well. If you add too many pieces, then the chances of them breaking is there, and also they may not get fried well. Now they are really brown in color. That's how we want it. The look of it, you can see they are brown, they are nicely fried well, and the little moisture that's inside, we will remove it in the second stage of the making the pickle. Now I will add the second batch of my pickle and fried it. Now you can see all the pieces are fried well. Now I have removed some oil from this pan and kept it aside, and in the balance oil I am going to now make a masala paste. For that I am using 2 teaspoons of chopped ginger. Saute them well for about 2 or 3 minutes. Once done, then we add about 3 teaspoons of chopped garlic. Now allow both of them to fry well, but make sure that your flame is on low, medium, because it should not become black, it should not get burnt. Otherwise the taste of the fish pickle will completely change. Once your both the garlic and the ginger have sauteed well, they are lightly fried well, you can see that. We'll add red chilies, whole red chilies. I'm using about 5 red chilies. Now again, it's up to you, your spice level you can check and add accordingly. I'm also taking about 1 lemon sized tamarind, and I'm going to nicely fry this in the oil. I've added a few curry leaves, fry them well, and once they are fried, we will be grinding them to a coarse paste. Along with it, I will now add 3 masalas. One is 1 spoon of Kashmiri chilli powder, that gives a very good color. 2, I'm adding about half a teaspoon of mustard powder and about half a teaspoon of pepper powder, and this we add just before switching it off. Just for about 30 seconds we just saute it, and that's it. We will switch off the flame, cool this completely, and we will now grind it. I'll take the mixie, add about 3 teaspoons of vinegar. Vinegar is like, suppose we want to keep the fish pickle outside only, this will help not to get spoiled. And in this vinegar, I'm going to add the masalas, the cooled masalas, and I'm going to grind it to a coarse paste. Now you see how it is, see how coarse it is, it should not be a fine paste. Now I will add oil, fresh oil. Why? Because we want to crackle the mustard seeds. And also I will add the remaining oil also, with which we fried the fish. Now once the oil is hot, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds. Crackle them. Once they crackle, I'm going to add curry leaves, say about 2-3 sprigs of curry leaves. Saute them well. Once they are sauteed, we will keep the flame always on medium, as I said, or low. Once they are sauteed, we'll take our the paste that we made, the coarse paste that we made, along with the fish pickle, fish pieces. We will add both of them and nicely coat them, nicely saute them, so that each piece is coated well in that masala mixture. See how the paste is and how the fish pieces is. Both of them look totally enticing. I'm using the remaining fish oil with which we fried, and nicely I'll saute it for about few minutes. So I've kind of sauteed it for 2-3 minutes. Nicely done. Each one is dry, and all even the little water content inside the fish is completely dry. Let's check the spice level and add the salt accordingly. I'm adding a little bit salt because I found it needed a little bit. So that's it. Our fish pickle is almost ready. It looks really well. Each piece, it looks so rich. coated in that masala, the oil, the glisten of the oil. This is a really absolutely appetizing snack, I should say. You can use it, you can have it as a snack also. I'm taking bottles. Always have glass bottles for your pickles, because they always are good. One, health wise they are good. Two, they stay longer without getting spoiled in a glass bottle. So I'm taking here 2 small glass bottle and a big little jar, and I'm after cooling it completely. Mind you, it should cool down completely before you bottle the pickle. So once cooled, I've taken these 2 bottles, and I'm stuffing them with the pickle. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to gift it to someone who has been asking for my pickle for a very long time, and specifically my non-veg pickles. I'm going to gift these 2 small bottles to someone, and the third one is for my home use. So nicely I have put all the pieces inside. So I've taken about 2 pieces of cloth. I've cut them into square shape, and one is a design one. It's a cotton cloth, and I'm going to put this and then close the lid. I'm having this jute fiber, small jute thread, and I'm going to tie it. So you can even tie it with a laced ribbon, according to how you like it. Another one I've taken is a khadi cloth, because it really looks nice, a khadi cloth, because such a rustic look it gives. So I'm using the cloth, and then again I'm tying it with a small the jute rope. So yeah, so this pickle is ready, and for gifting and for your own use also. So our fish pickle is ready. As I said, it's really tasty. You really need to try it to know how beautiful this pickle is and how enticing it is. And as I always say, cook with passion, serve with love, follow Teresa Treats. Like my channel, share my channel, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next video.